internet celebrity, MrBeast.
Why do you think there is so much controversy around these games?
MrBeast is so, like, blatantly evil.
MrBeast is one of the most manipulative people.
He's just currently accused of so many different things that I have to actually give you a bunch of different sources.
This is MrBeast, YouTuber, billionaire, messiah to middle schoolers. But behind the thumbnails, is everything really as generous as it seems? Who is MrBeast? MrBeast's government name, Jimmy Donaldson, is the guy who made counting to 100,000 interesting, and then profitable. Then he started giving away money like a cracked out Robin Hood with a camera.
He loses 100 pounds in the next year. I will give him $250,000. $500,000. $800,000. $1 million? $1 million.
And the algorithm ate that up. Okay, but to be fair, Jimmy did work his way up to the top. Started out as a typical teenage YouTuber posting gaming content, but in January 2017, he uploaded what would become his first viral hit. A nearly 24-hour video of himself counting to 100,000. Spoiler, it actually took him about 40 hours because math and sleep are optional when chasing clout. That one video launched him into the spotlight, and by 19, he had passed 1 million subscribers. More than I could ever do. Once he cracked the code to going viral, extreme stunts mixed with shock value, he never looked back. His channel became a factory for over-the-top challenges and massive displays of philanthropy, always with the cameras rolling. Now he runs a billion-dollar empire. He's got chocolate bars, burgers, Fortnite skin, and a warehouse that could host the Olympics for orphans. And somehow through all this, he's still seen as the nice guy with the camera, not Jeff Bezos with streetwear. Here's the thing, his real superpower? He owns the minds of children. MrBeast to kids is what 1950s cigarettes were to adults. Cool looking, highly addictive, and dangerously unregulated. So to prove the statement, let's ask my sister what she thinks about Jimmy. Okay, Ashu, introduce yourself. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Asha the worker and I'm her sister.
How old are you?
I'm 14.
Who is MrBeast?
He's a content creator on YouTube with like a lot of followers.
And why do you like MrBeast?
I don't really watch him, but he like donates a lot and he like supports people.
And do you think MrBeast is a good person?
I don't really know him, but probably.
Why?
Because he's like nice and he gets like a lot of collabs with other YouTubers.
And he donates.
Yeah.
Do you think he does nice things even when the camera's off?
We don't really know. No one really knows.
Okay, that's a good response. Thanks for this interview. Bye. So yeah, that's what we're working with. A man who could probably start a cult and get away with it, as long as he gives a snack giveaway. But what happens when generosity gets monetized? And what happens when helping people looks a lot like exploiting them? Let's talk about the beast behind the camera. Let's start with MrBeast's most praised feature, charity, giving, the curate. There's one rule in the MrBeast universe. If the camera's not rolling, it's not happening. And I'm not just speculating, I'm quoting. Obviously, you have to be a huge powerhouse to handle 413 million subscribers, and I don't know if the younger audience knows this, but he has a company called Beast Industries, which basically handles all of his businesses. I'll dive deeper into this later, but what I wanted to show you guys is a screenshot of page 23 of his employee handbook. I want money to be shown on camera ideally. If you're spending over 10,000 on something and it won't be shown on camera, seriously think about it. That's from his employee handbook. Not a meme, not satire, real policy. If a blind man gets cured and there's no camera to prove it, did it really happen? Let's be honest, it's not charity, it's content. This creates an insane dynamic. So you're either suffering in a MrBeast video or you're invisible. And then there's poverty porn. Filming poor people's reactions for that sweet viewer dopamine. Even worse, there are accusations of his content being exaggerated using CGI or AI, making poverty look worse than it is to trigger your empathy gland.
Digitally removed the entire hospital to make it look like they built the hospital.
Like they built the bigger building. Yeah.
But they didn't.
Oh my gosh.
They did that to make it look all broken down and decrepit, adding all these like all this trash, like this looks like a PlayStation 2 graphic. That's definitely a fake tank.
Look how fake these flowers are.
Yeah, just use generative AI or you know, editing or whatever to expand it, because it's like, and then like the building here is like expanding, so it's like they added on the whole back half of the building. The flowers here are like not lining up. You can barely tell that this is faked. So like, how many things like this are they getting away with where they're making it look like they did more than they actually did? Because they say that this is what the town looks like now, and then this is what it looked like before.
Yeah.
And it's just not true.
It's dishonest.
Help us, but make it aesthetic. And then it gets darker. In his lose 100 pounds, win 250K video, he isolated his friend Madge Cawthor from his family, friends, and social life. Now, he did have visitors from time to time, but there's growing consensus that social systems are essential for sustainable weight loss, even if it's just going in your neighborhood for a walk, waving to your neighbors, seeing kids pass by. But instead of community, MrBeast just gave him vibes and probably a Ring camera. Dr. Mike also made a video criticizing MrBeast's approach to weight loss.
MrBeast trapped the guy in a circle until he lost 100 pounds. Again, I don't know his previous psychological and psychiatric history, but being alone in isolation and losing weight is a high stress state. Imagine you're eating at a caloric deficit, so huge stress on the body. You're isolated from your loved ones, huge stress on the mind and body.
I do want to say though that Madge's weight loss journey was truly inspiring to millions of people who watched that video. It can be really, really hard to lose weight, especially with obstacles such as low self-esteem, body dysmorphia, low self-confidence, and I'm not saying that Madge had this, but I'm talking about the weight loss journey in general. And what he accomplished did require a lot of grit and discipline, especially for someone who was grieving. Rest in peace, Coach Wall. But instead of making people perform their pain for the algorithm, let's support real, transparent organizations. Places like Feed My Starving Children, Make-A-Wish, or mutual aid funds in your community. And if you really want to go viral for being a good person, maybe try not filming it. Let's talk about Lunchly. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I am in fact subscribed to Logan Paul. I've watched him since I was in 4th grade and now I'm going to college. Time passes pretty quickly. But I just wanted to be honest and transparent and educate my audience about these influencers' brands.
Their new product, Lunchly, bills itself as a better-for-you lunch option. According to Logan Paul, the goal behind Lunchly is to offer a healthier alternative.
Except it's not. At all. These are ultra-processed, sugar-heavy, nitrate-loaded snack boxes with better branding. Because MrBeast and Logan Paul say it's healthy, kids believe it, and so do their parents. And it's not just lunch, it's just content you can chew.
Looking in the comparison, I'd be most interested in calories, which they have, protein, which they have, sugar, which they have, saturated fat, which is missing, and sodium, which is not only missing, but replaced by electrolytes. And unlike all the other macros, is only labeled potassium and only in the Prime bottle in the kit, comparing it to the Capri Sun in the Lunchables. This is a pretty weird marketing choice to label electrolytes in food products.
This isn't just bad branding, it's false marketing to children, MrBeast's main target audience. And to be honest, I wouldn't give Lunchly or Lunchables even to my children for a school lunch. It can be a snack, for sure, but not a meal I would give my kids because it is not sustainable for a growing child. Instead of glorified junk, teach kids about real nutrition. Advocate for actual food standards in school, whole foods and simple ingredients. And if you guys want a more in-depth video talking about all this nutrition and health stuff, it will be linked down in the description below. Watch and gain information from reputable sources like Dr. Mike and other doctors out there. There are also a bunch of medical articles talking about nutrition and healthy foods. But you know what's better than watching people compete for money? Watching them suffer while do it, apparently. Welcome to Beast Games, where contestants are underfed, underslept, and undergarmented. Like my thumbnail, comparing Beast Games to Squid Games and Total Drama is already a red flag. People reported having no access to basic necessities such as food, water, medication, and even undergarments. Some women even reported having no access to feminine products because, according to the producers, they are not a medical emergency. Are we sure this isn't a boys' club? Additionally, many people were getting serious life-threatening injuries on Beast Games, which obviously MrBeast claims to be blown out of proportion. A participant called Mama Bear got a severe concussion, which was not properly addressed by the producers.
No one referred me to nurses or to the ambulance or anything else. I didn't know I was kicked because apparently I blacked out momentarily and said, you know, I think I have a 1-year recovery.
I left with a brain injury so severe that I would find myself reporting the incident to the Las Vegas Police Department. I made this video 2 months ago when my doctors thought I might need brain surgery. I'm still not really able to make long-form video content.
Brain damages and spinal cord injuries, in my opinion, are the worst injuries you can get. Now, I didn't have a severe concussion like Mama Bear's, but 3 years ago, I did have a mild concussion. Right after the Hawaii video I posted. I wasn't clinically depressed or anything, but I started to get really sad when I had my injury. My light and sound sensitivity lasted for days, and before I went to sleep I used to cry because my head hurt so much, and then I had to stop crying because that made my head hurt even more. But eventually, after a month and a half, I was recovering. Shout out to my true friends that helped me during that time. But even then, it took months for my headaches to go away, and mine wasn't even as severe as Mama Bear's. Imagine not being able to work and provide a sustainable income for your family because of brain damage. No, sorry. Beast Games. Mama Bear, I'm praying for your full recovery. The GoFundMe organized by Rosanna Pansino can be found in my description, and so can her channel. Please go check that out and support her if you can. This is what happens when your game show doesn't have a basic duty of care. And yes, he's not a licensed therapist or a medical professional, but when you bring people into high-stress environments, you are responsible for their safety. Game shows should follow the same standards as any workplace or studio production. Water, meds, pads, literally the bare minimum. Finally, let's look behind the curtain. Beast Industries has been put under investigation for, how do I put this, not being Disney. One of the most alarming cases involves the company's chief operating officers, LaQuia Hill. According to a Business Insider investigation, Hill was accused of engaging in inappropriate sexual behavior with his own assistant. This situation allegedly involved harassment so persistent that it led to formal HR complaints. And the company's response? Paid leave. That's right, Hill was temporarily removed just to be hired back as the chief operating officer. You know, because who better to lead a youth-focused media empire than someone with SA allegations? Everything was swept under the rug, just like a Feastables wrapper. It isn't just bad PR, it's corporate rot disguised as kindness. When kids look up to someone, that person has the responsibility to model good leadership, not a frat house with thumbnails. So my message to you guys is to hold creators accountable. Demand transparency. A $1 billion brand can't keep kids snacks safe or employees protected. Maybe they shouldn't be trusted with curing poverty on YouTube. Now, I know this video is different than my other videos. Usually I make fun art videos or skits or whatever, but when I saw Magic's weight loss video, I got really enraged. Why would you deprive someone of their social life so they can lose 100 pounds for content? It just doesn't make sense to me. And my goal is not to slander influencers. It's simply to educate you guys, my audience, and encourage morality in viral content, which is sadly the bare minimum. Comment below what or who else you guys want me to look into, and let me know what you guys think of these controversies. I have everything linked down in my description below, including document evidence, references, etc. So if you want to go look through that, be my guest. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I know this was different, but I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I also just started an art business, so if you followed me on my social media accounts, I would really appreciate it. And remember, you can change the world. You just don't need $1 million thumbnail to do it. See ya!